Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever your geographical location, you are welcome to the SureWord blog post audio. The title for the SureWord blog post audio is Make Time. Written by Jefferson Otunbara Mgbai. Here is the reading of the SureWord blog post. Make time is about making time for what matters most. Many things are good, many things are essential, but only a few are necessary. If you are not clear of what matters most, how can you make time for what matters most? The first step in the process of making time is to identify what matters most. It is an essential step, one that glues the rest of the process together. Knowing your core is vital to creating a life that reflects it. Make time is about productivity. It is not about getting more done. It is not about finishing your task faster. It is not about outsourcing your tasks. The framework for Make Time is designed to help you create more time in your day for the things you care about. The rule of 3 is based on the principle that things that come in threes are inherently funnier, more satisfying, or more effective than any other number. When used in words, either by speech or text, the reader or audience is more likely to consume the information written in threes. To make time, you must learn to follow the rule of 3. The rule of 3 is a writing technique that suggests that a group of 3 adjectives or examples is always more substantial and more memorable than one. For example, saying something is dark, cold and dingy is more engaging than saying something is just dark. How do you apply the rule of 3 in life? The rule is simple. First, write down 3 things you want to accomplish today. Second, write 3 things you want to achieve this week. Third, write 3 things you want to achieve this year. If you're looking for focus and purpose at the start of each day, use the rule of 3 technique. The rule of 3 is one of the most straightforward, most powerful time management techniques. What you should do. 1. Start every day by figuring out what to focus on for the day. 2. Test yourself throughout the day. Do you remember what your 3 priorities are? 3. Improve your estimates. Pay attention to how long you think things will take, and improve your estimates as time goes on. 4. Feel good about your results. Pat yourself on the back after you achieve what you set off to, for the day, week, and year. The problem with a lot of productivity and time management systems is they require a lot of overhead, but the rule of 3 doesn't. Every morning you think about the main 3 things you must do, and then you do them. It's a great technique to figure out what you need to focus on. You need to spend time analyzing your to-do list if you have one. Already you should have a to-do list. There are many tasks on the to-do list. Consider the functions that are not contributing and see if they can be deleted. There is a rule you can follow that will make the process efficient. The 4Ds of time management, sometimes referred to as the 4Ds of productivity, is a popular strategy for discerning whether a task or project is worth your time. The procedure involves making a quick decision about what to act on now. You don't want to work on it later. You either do it yourself or delegate it to someone else. You determine if it is something you must delete. The 4Ds are: do, defer or delay, delegate, and delete or drop. Placing a task or project into one of these categories helps you manage your limited time more effectively and stay focused on what matters most to you. To implement the 4Ds technique, look at your to-do list at the beginning of the workday and assess which tasks can be done quickly, either by you or someone else on your team. The next step is to ascertain which task to defer or delay. In this instance, you are looking at the task priorities. The third step is to determine the task you must delegate, and finally, the task you need to delete or drop from the project. If you place a task in the do category, do it and be done with it, as failing to do it will affect the other tasks on your list. Time management really boils down to 4 key areas. 1. Tasks. 2. Time. 3. People, and 4. Information. To that end, there are 4 essential tools that everyone must have at their fingertips. Where do I start with time management? Lots of people will often ask. Having the proper production tool is among one of the best places to begin. Having the right tools make any task more manageable. The 4 fundamental time management tools you need. To-do list. Calendar. Address book. Notebook. Calendar, Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook Calendar, calendar.com, Fantastical 2, Woven, etc. To-do list, Todoist, TickTick, Microsoft To Do, OmniFocus, Habitica, Google Tasks, etc. I use free notebook apps like Google Keep, Samsung Notes, and OneNotes. I also use Trello. Most people who are not competent at managing their time are missing at least one of these tools. Make sure you have each of the 4 essential time management tools. After you have identified and rethink low-value tasks, then you must utilize the fringe hours. Learn to take pockets of time you already have and use them for the things that really matter to you. For instance, before your brain is whirling with the minutiae of a typical day, shuttling the children, making it to work on time, picking up the dry cleaning, could you take 30 minutes to yourself while the house is quiet? I chase the children to bed, then have the entire place to myself for an hour where I just sit and meditate, allowing my mind the freedom to drift without censorship. I also release stress, purge my mind of any negative emotions before I go to bed. There are things you need to edit from your life. When you have a small number of items to care for, it means you will have more time for the things that matter. When editing, it includes editing the belongings you already have. The list of the things that need editing is not limited. It can be anything in your life. You already know what they are. Sometimes you must decline dinner with your in-laws, your parents, your friends, and many others so you can gain some precious time. If these events fit with your time, you can stick to them, but there should be no room for compromise where they don't. You must be disciplined. It is better to have the right amount of time for your essentials than lose time and let resentment brew. You can edit friendships that are weighing you down. Not using your time wisely will result in not getting things done on time. To improve your time, you must get organized. Being organized is not about trying to become a different person. It is about living the way you want to live, but better. Being organized is being in control.